S&P DJI to launch crypto indexes in 2021. Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, it is December the 4th, 2020, and the biggest news story of the year just dropped, and it is this. The S&P group, responsible for the S&P 500, one of the largest indexes on the planet, is stepping into the cryptocurrency space. Guys, I don't want to waste any of your time. We're going to get straight into this. This is a big deal, and we just confirmed, in my opinion, north of a $30,000 Bitcoin in the next 3 months due to this news. Guys, oh my gosh. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, but without much further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. I mean, you shoot pictures, right? Look at this lens. Look at this girthy lens. Look at that. I love the camera gear we have nowadays. This video is sponsored in part by Bybit. If you guys are interested in trading Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, make sure to sign up with the link in the description down below. Girthy lens. S&P Dow Jones Indices to launch crypto indexes in 2021. The S&P Dow Jones Indices, a major financial data firm, said Thursday it will launch a customizable cryptocurrency indexing service in partnership with crypto data provider Luca in 2021. Back up. Let me give you some context. The last 3 years, one of the big talking points in cryptocurrency has been something called a Bitcoin ETF, or a Bitcoin Exchange Traded Fund. Before I even get into this story, I want to explain to you why this is literally the biggest news story of the year, and maybe the biggest news story that we've seen in a decade. Nicholas Merton over on DataDash was one of the people that popularized the idea of a Bitcoin ETF and the effects that it might bring to the cryptocurrency market so that traditional investors could invest in cryptocurrency through traditional means. There have been a multitude of Bitcoin ETFs proposed, but none have ever been passed through. Since ETFs are derivatives of price action, they have to draw their price action from somewhere. And every time a Bitcoin ETF has almost been passed through, there has been major debate about where to get that price data in a safe way that isn't subject to market manipulation. So don't misunderstand, this news story is not about an actual index launching for cryptocurrency necessarily. It's about a data provider launching cryptocurrency price tracking upon which Bitcoin ETFs and other derivatives can be built. There have been hundreds of ETFs proposed for Bitcoin, and none have ever passed. The Gemini ETF, for example, it was the Winklevoss's ETF. They were trying to use their own exchange, Gemini, to draw price data for the ETF, which again is a derivative of Bitcoin's price over on Gemini. The problem is they couldn't prove that there wasn't wash trading and other forms of manipulation going on Gemini. This is going to give a critical piece of foundational infrastructure for things such as Bitcoin ETFs to be built on top of. The biggest hurdle to getting Bitcoin on traditional markets is drawing accurate and non-manipulatable price data. That's what this story is about. Let's get back to it. The coming product is poised to become a hub for cryptocurrency pricing data at a time where more Wall Street investors than ever are searching. This year's bull run is said to be driven by institutions angling for exposure to Bitcoin. We've been watching the digital asset space, and we feel it's at a point of institutional interest in maturity, where companies such as ours want to get in and contribute to the transparency of the marketplace, said Peter Rothman, Global Head of Innovation and Strategy at S&P Dow Jones Indices. By the way, if you guys are not familiar with the S&P, you may be familiar with the S&P 500, which as of August 31st, 2020, was worth $30 trillion. I want to make something very clear here, guys. Bitcoin's bull market of 2020 and on will be built on several things. One of the things it'll be built on is the fact that there is a lot of retail interest coming into the space. There are many average Joes investing in Bitcoin. The second thing is that fundamentals are growing very quickly. But the third thing that's driving price action on Bitcoin and will drive Bitcoin to the moon and beyond is institutional interest and investment. And they have to have a framework by which they can actually join the space and get involved in this space. There are major entities on Wall Street and in the business world worth billions, trillions collectively that want to get in on cryptocurrency. And the reason that they haven't is because the infrastructure, the foundation to do so in a traditional framework has not yet been built. One of the core pillars of that framework is accurate price data, because anything Bitcoin is doing on a traditional market by the nature of Bitcoin is going to be a derivative, and to have an accurate derivative, you have to have accurate pricing data. This news story I don't see many people talking about, but this just opened the floodgates for traditional finance to come into cryptocurrency and Bitcoin moving into the 2020s. This means that pretty soon there could be mass adoption coming to Bitcoin from the institutional sector and from the retail sector through traditional finance markets. Pretty soon you might see people investing in Bitcoin ETFs as part of their Roth IRAs and their 401ks and their retirement portfolios. Guys, The S&P 500 alone, it's one index. It's worth $30 trillion. Bitcoin in its entirety is worth $300 billion. $300 billion sounds like a lot of money. That's 1% of the S&P 500, and Bitcoin is aiming to be a global currency, not just a company, not just an index, the currency that we all use. The sky is the limit, and this, guys, I don't even know how to explain this, is huge. This is massive news. This is huge news. And by the way, I want to be very clear. This is not necessarily the kind of news that just goes, boom, Bitcoin's going to explode $10,000 tomorrow. This is the kind of news that might not affect price data very much in the next couple of weeks. But this is one of the biggest steps for cryptocurrency adoption that we have seen in the history of this entire ecosystem. And I do not say that lightly. Guys, if you've been on the fence about whether or not you should get into Bitcoin, I'm not your financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I am not a dude with a crystal ball. I'm not the guy that holds Bitcoin in my hand and says what it does. But I think now's a great time. If you've been wondering, yeah, I do. If you're planning on investing in Bitcoin, I can't tell you how much to invest. But I personally, since you came here for my opinion, think this is a fantastic time to be building a portfolio in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. If you haven't already, I would encourage you to do so in Bitcoin and Ethereum. I would make sure to have investments in both of those. And then altcoins are their own thing. Ethereum is a big enough cryptocurrency that it's kind of in its own, it's like in between Bitcoin and altcoins. I don't even consider it exactly in the same ballpark as the other altcoins because it's so developed at this point. Guys, the future of Bitcoin just got a lot brighter than it already was, and I encourage you to pay close attention to this space. This is, guys, we've been waiting for 3 years for Bitcoin to go back to all-time high, and now it looks like it's just going to explode past it. In the next several months. So tell me what you think in the comment section down below. What do you think of this news? Do you think I'm overreacting? Do you think I'm right on track, or do you think I'm underreacting? I think this is one of the biggest news stories I've ever brought to you guys, to be quite honest with you, and that's why I'm being a little more somber. I'm like, damn, that just happened? Yeah, it did, and it's important. So I'm rambling. Anyway, before I go, there's one more thing I want to say, and that is that if you haven't already, make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure to sign up for Bybit down below. Make sure to join the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Make sure to tell your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, your best friend, your least favorite friend, and the dude down the street about our channel, because we're trying to get to 100,000 subs, and I need your help. Hit that subscribe button. It's free. I'll give you a cookie. Okay, thank you. Okay, I got a lot of cookies to make now. I think we're going to get a lot of subscribers. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video.